Salamat kayo. Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's everybody up to? We're live from the Philippines, live from Beverly Hills, Lahug. So yeah, really kind of fun about that, right? I didn't even know where I'm at. I mean, I knew I was in a nicer place, right? But I was on the Windy app, which is a phenomenal weather app, by the way. Let's see if we can add that real quick. I was on the weather app and present, share screen. Yeah, let's share the screen. Because there is some stuff going on with weather. But when I was on the Windy app, and it doesn't really show it here, I don't think it shows my neighborhood, but on the mobile one, it shows the neighborhood. And I was like, Beverly Hills, what's up with that? And then, just talking to other people, it's like, yeah, this is Beverly Hills of the Philippines, and it is supposedly, after the United States, this region is where some of that type of people live. So yeah, but as far as neighborhoods in Cebu City, this one is very remote. It's really kind of on the base of the foothills in the mountains. Um, IT Park and Business Park, probably actually better areas for most of us to be. Yeah, a lot more locals here, which is great, right? It's great. But anyways, we actually have a little bit of a low pressure system, and I hope, speaking of low pressure systems and storms and stuff, I know there's been a couple storms that ripped through Florida. I know my boy is actually in the Tampa area, so I did hear from him, and he's good. So hope everyone is good there in Florida and is doing okay there. But we've got a low pressure system building here, and I've got a little bit of a trip coming up. So this is fast forwarded to. So today is actually Sunday, October 20th. It's right at 8 in the morning. So this is looking at Tuesday, local time, and it looks like it's this is a storm here that's approaching the Philippines, and it looks like it might make landfall around Tuesday, Wednesday. So, or no, yeah, maybe even Thursday. Well, maybe just sit out there and ride, right? So yeah, something to keep your eye on. If you're traveling out here, always look to the east for storms building up. So as you look, we kind of rewind a little bit. You can see here it's kind of building up. This is as of kind of like right now. You've got a low pressure system building up, and then over the next couple of days, it just kind of builds and builds and builds, which I've got a trip to Bacolod for the Mascara Festival coming up, and I think this is is it Wednesday morning? Yeah, so I'm probably set for some rainy, windy riding, unfortunately, to my trip to Bacolod. But that's all right, whatever. It's the Philippines, so I'm geared for it, so it should be good. Hopefully the ferries aren't shut down. But yeah, so windy, great app. But yeah, Beverly Hills, Lahug, right? Kind of wild to think about living in Beverly Hills. Who would have thought an IT guy would be able to afford Beverly Hills? But that's kind of the dynamic that's here, right? Our money goes a long way. This in the United States, who of us could afford to live in Beverly Hills in the United States? Well, here it's affordable. It really is, if you wanted to live that lifestyle. Now, I live actually really a couple different lifestyles. I have this particular place here that I'm in, but I also have a really simple province place out in Palmapan that I'm in, and I prefer both. I like both. So yeah, man, that's kind of what's going on here. Yeah, no really announcements. I got the trip coming up. One of the things I wanted to chat about, I don't know if you guys are into this or not, but something that I've recently kind of dove into is with Chat GPT and with AI, right? And I know there's a lot of talk about this. There's a lot of a fear around it, but I invite you guys, because a lot of my audience is kind of my age and older men, and I really invite you, if you're not already participating in that, start looking at it. I mean, gentlemen and ladies, it is phenomenal. And the way you want to use it, because it's a little bit of a skill, right? There's a frame in IT industry, garbage in, garbage out. So meaning that you really want to get good at what you put in to get what the results you want out. But I really invite you to kind of check it out. Now, the one I'm using is Chat GPT. But there's a bunch of them out there, and I actually paid for the premium version because once I went down that rabbit hole, I was just like, wow, this is so powerful. And some videos that I watched on it related it to like having an Einstein in your back pocket, and it's just so powerful. When you do a Google search, right? Let's say you're searching for whatever, whatever it is you're searching for. you'll get the first 5 or so links that are sponsored, right? So you got all this advertising going on, and then you might get an article or so that you've got to dig in to kind of really find what you're looking for. Here, ChatGPT, the output is just straight to what you're looking for. I was just really kind of blown away by what's available. So I just kind of, that's the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick, is I really invite you to, just given the demographic of this channel, something you might not be into, but I just really invite you to start taking a look at it. Really, really so powerful. And, for me, like I was saying, anything that I was putting in Google, I now go there. Also helping me with writing and stuff like that. And, a lot of these video descriptions now, like the last video I did, I was like, you know what, write me a quick video description on the ADV160 that's SEO optimized, and just phenomenal, right? Like just really good at that kind of stuff, as well as just everyday stuff. We're looking at constipation solutions, right? Like what are just all that crap, right? No pun intended. But you could do, just so many different things you could do with it. So I really invite you to explore and watch some videos on that, as well as just try for yourself. Now there's a bunch of free stuff out there. You don't have to pay for a premium version. I chose to, just because of the amount I was putting in. I quickly hit my daily limit, and I was hungry for more. One night, I think I was up to like 1 a.m. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. And then you can feed it stuff about you, right? So it kind of tailors your responses back to you. So I basically told it, I'm a guy traveling around the Philippines and I'm looking for windy, twisty roads. And it was just so powerful to kind of get the response back. It was talking about my Bacola trip and, routes that I can take. So anyways, I just invite you guys to check it out if you're not already looking at it, to kind of get you up to speed with what's going on in the world. Yes, Charles Peters. What's going on? Greetings, Chris from Michigan. So I lived a little bit in Michigan. I didn't live in Michigan. All my siblings were born in Michigan, but our family had moved away before I was born. I was actually born out in California, but yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Michigan. I had grandparents that were in the Kalamazoo area. My grandmother worked for Upjohn, but yeah, I'd spent some time in Michigan. Went over to Warren Dunes and that kind of thing. So yeah, and then I've been in the Upper Peninsula. What's that? Lake Mackinac or Mackinac Lake or something? Mackinac Island. I think I've been up there. Yeah, I'd spent some time up there. Beautiful, right? Yeah. Hope you're good there, Charles. Richard, good morning, sir. How are you? You won't believe where we went back for dinner last night. We went to the Maya restaurant. I took a group of people over there, and so good. I started to shoot a video, but the atmosphere wasn't right to shoot a video. So, but we did go over to the restaurant over there and enjoyed my carnita enchiladas. So I get this question quite a bit, right? Like, what do I miss about the United States after being here almost 2 years? And good Mexican food is one of those things. Really, that was one of the things I really missed a lot about the United States. Just good Mexican food, beans and rice and chicken enchiladas with a good green chili sauce. So that was something I do miss. Good tortillas. You don't get that here. And I've tried a couple of other restaurants, and there's just not there. So, but yes, back at the Mayan restaurant. Scratch my eye. 1 second. All right. Yes. Yeah. Good morning from Leyte. Hey, what's up, Liam? Yeah. I'm spending a lot more time in Leyte. Yeah, I'm spending a lot more time in Leyte. I've in Palampan Leyte, outside of Ormoc. Really like it. My girlfriend's out there. She's finishing up her last year of school. So I really like Leyte a lot. It's beautiful, really beautiful, right? Big fan. It's anytime I'm talking about a region, I like to try to bring up the map. But yeah, I'm a big fan, and I talk a lot about that in the channel. This whole coast. Bye City, Ormoc, and then where I'm at's in Palampan. And I spent some time up in Billy Ranch, just beautiful. And one of the things I like about it is it's easy access back and forth to Cebu. So if you need to catch an international flight, or if you're starting your journey in Cebu, yeah, this region of Leyte is great. So I'm a fan. I love it. I'm a big fan of Leyte and like it. So yeah, good morning. One of the things too I wanted to talk about really quick that's in the works, and I don't want to go into full detail, but I want to kind of give you an idea of what I'm looking to do because it's been on the channel radar now for quite a while. I'm actually in the process of partnering with a local Filipina, and I'm going to be creating a business here. And the business is going to be about kind of what I've been doing for free over the past almost 2 years now, which is helping foreigners come here and assimilate. We're going to, kind of reach out ahead of time and work with real estate and insurance. So, really the goal is to, as guys are coming here, have a place to live even before you set foot on the ground. That was one of the things I looked at in my experience that was, a little bit stressful. Is I would get here to the Philippines. I didn't know where I was going to live. So I rented an Airbnb for a month and all that. And then, kind of spent a couple weeks kind of running around trying to find a place. Now in Cebu City, it's easy to do because there are really an abundance of properties, but having that available ahead of time, man, that would have been just be key, right? So I get off the airplane, I'm not going to freaking, maybe a hotel for a night because then I can coordinate depending on when you fly in. But I'm not renting an Airbnb for a freaking month while I look for a place. So and then just other services too, where we take guys around and travel around on motorcycle. I recently acquired an ADV 160 from a buddy of mine who was leaving the country. And then I've done multiple tours to guys. I've taken guys to Bantayan Island. I've taken guys to Camotes. I've taken recently over to Leyte. So really just starting up a business around touring around the Philippines with people, as well as helping people adjust here, getting people set up with real estate, getting people set up with insurance, that whole deal. So excited about that. Stay tuned for that. So that's coming. Dumaguete, hi. What's up? How's it going from Dumaguete? Yes, Mayong buntag. How's it going? Hope all is well in Dumaguete. I plan on being there. Now, a little bit of the weather stuff that I'm seeing now, I hope that doesn't interfere with that trip, but I plan on being in Dumaguete. So good times. Hope all is well. Just for a little bit, just a quick pit stop, not long. So what I plan on doing, and I've talked about this quite a bit, but I'll be in Bacolod. I leave on Wednesday morning for the Mascara Festival, and then I'm going to kind of ride back down to Dumaguete, and then spend a couple days there, and then ride this whole northern coast of Mindanao. So yeah, I know there's a lot too of other channels and in the news about Mindanao and stuff that's going on there, but this northern coast is an area which should be just fine. A lot of foreigners go through there. You still want to keep your head on you, right? But it should be good here. The regions that we don't want to go into, right, is this peninsula down through here, as well as really this whole island change, from what I understand, the Sulu Islands. But this peninsula too, you have to watch out. Marawi City. And then, of course, I guess there is one from General Santos, which I didn't know about, but Rike has talked a lot about that in his recent video. So shout out to him, right? But yeah, so this northern coast, should be fine and no problem. Even obviously Davao City is completely safe and that stuff. But there are some regions for us to kind of be mindful of. And the best place to stay out to, or the lookout to, for that type of information is the United States government travel site. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah. So anyways, yes, you have gotten very good at taking your bike apart. I've seen that. You've sent me some pictures of the gas. That's really concerning about all the debris that was in your freaking gas tank. So Richard rides a CF Moto NK 450 NK, which is the naked version of the bike. So really cool bike. New offering there by CF Moto, who have just kind of hitting really the motorcycle industry by storm, especially with the 450 MT that's being launched. A lot of people interested in that bike. But he sent me some images recently of his gas tank, which was full of just all kinds of just garbage. And you've had the bike less than 6 months, I think, right? So it led me to both he and I to start thinking about, as they're pouring in gas, looking at some type of filter system to kind of keep stuff clean. But yeah, good for you, dude. That's really amazing. Kevin. Another hot sunny day morning in Bohol. Yeah, nice, Kevin. Yeah. Hope all's good there. Kevin, do I know you? Yeah. Are you a former technical support tier 3 analyst? Is that you? If that is you, did you buy the NX500 or the CB500X, and are you riding around there? I know you're looking to go to Bohol real soon. Yeah, I hope that's you. Yeah, let me know. Kona Ranger, Chris, how long did it take you to get used to the heat in Cebu City to live? Moving there next year. Wife is from Leyte. All right, cool. Leaving North Carolina finally, retired this year. Yeah, congratulations, Kona. Yeah, good for you. So I lived in Colorado for 20 years. I moved there in the late 90s from Tampa. So it'd been a while since I've been around hot and humid. Colorado gets hot, but it's a dry heat. It's more like you're in an oven than like Florida. So it had been a while since I've been around the heat, and I would say, it is hot here. I'm not going to say that obviously it's not cold or anything, but I do think that people make a bigger deal out of the weather than it is. So it was easy for me to really adjust to the weather. Now there are some tricks around that, and one of it is kind of wearing the right clothing, wearing the right gear. I mean, what's the saying is there's no such thing as bad weather, but bad gear. So you really want to get really good moisture wicking, heat resistant, UV protectant. One of the things I think I shared about recently too was this thing, which is a freaking sun coat. I was getting just baked on my rides, and I found one of these. This is that brand too. Let me see if that'll focus in. Maybe not. This is a brand. It's called Uniqlo, and they're I don't never remember. It's like either a Japanese or a Korean company, but they in all the big malls you'll see a Uniqlo. It's a red sign and it says UNI and then whatever KLO or something like that. But yeah, so having the right gear is huge, and this thing has been a lifesaver because what it is, it's like carrying around shade, like carrying around an umbrella, so you can get covered up. The material doesn't get hot, and it UV protects you. You're not going to get burnt. You can come on in, babe. Yeah, let's look who's here. Come on in and say hi for a second. What's up? Yeah, Mary Rose, for those of you who don't know. She's on a little bit of a break, so she's here. Yes. But yeah, UV gear is huge. Wearing moisture wicking shirts and stuff like that. Trying to cover yourself up when you're out in the sun. So I wear that coat a lot while I'm riding. And then also too, shorts and stuff like that. And then honestly too, underwear is another big factor. And in a lot of my videos, in most of my recent stuff, I actually have links to some of the clothing that I like to use. That are, so this shirt is a golf shirt. And really, I picked these up in Colorado before I came out. But stuff like that is really designed for heat and weather is really key. I stay away a lot from cotton shirts, things that I get hotter there. But, it did it. And also, too, putting myself where there's airflow. Even when I sit on some of these ferry rides, I really am strategic about where I sit. So that way I try to get myself the best airflow. If you sit along some of these outside areas out of the sun, so you want to, kind of look where the sun's at in the sky, but then get some of these outside areas where the air is flowing, it's definitely a better experience. So, wearing the right clothing and then knowing the environment, like kind of how things are in the wind flow and stuff like that, like staying in shade, getting that is really key. Another thing similar to Colorado is that if you're out in the sun versus the shade, it is a completely different experience, right? So keeping in shade, keeping wind blowing on you is some tips you can do when you first get here. And then now, I would say I've probably adjusted, to the weather pretty well here where I'm, it's even in the upper 70s, lower 80s, it's not hot for me. And I do get colder easier. So yeah, even in my apartment in Leyte, we can run just the fan and no aircon, and it could be in the lower 80s and I could be just comfortable. So it does take a time, but whatever, year or so. But the weather here in general, I feel, Kona, isn't really as bad as people think. But I would say if you're super adverse to hot weather, then yeah, you're going to struggle. If you're like a polar bear and you like it cold, you're going to struggle. But you will adjust, and then wearing the right clothing, having fans, having wind moving on you, is a big help. Yes, the Mine restaurant, gosh, so delicious, so delicious. Abaca Baking Company, shout out to them. It's a local chain. They've got a bunch of different restaurants here. You usually see kind of like an Abaca, like a hand washing station outside of the restaurant. Food there is great. really good. Burgers from they're really good. The Mexican food here at this chain, they've got like 3 or 4 different kind of restaurants all under that same ownership. What's up, Martin? Good morning. Are you in Manila right now? Are you checking out some bikes? Yeah, good morning. Yeah, what's up, Britt? Yeah, dude, it was nice catching up with you again, man. Really nice catching up with you last night. And Mark, it'd been a long time. So yeah, it was good catching up. Good restaurant. And congratulations on your Auchi purchase. You were talking about how you were looking at the backup cam for that. Oh man, that is really cool. So I did a couple for the rest of you guys. I did some videos on Auchi, which is this this unit. It's, you know what, we can pull it up. Add to stage. It's this unit you can add to your bike that gives you GPS, gives you all kinds of where's that here? AOO. Yeah, 1 second, I'm just pulling it up here. Yeah, there we go. So add to stage. Uchi. Yeah, these guys are really cool. They've got some gears and gadgetry for motorcycle guys. This is the one I reviewed recently. C5 Pro portable CarPlay motorcycle camera. Am I presenting that? Yeah. Freaking dig this thing. 11,000 pesos, which is, let's pull that out on the phone. Calculator. Let's just say 12,000. Yeah, $200. Plus, I think I've got like a discount code too. I'll put it in the video description of this one once we're done with the video. But yeah, these are really cool, man. Digging it a lot. We got a couple different cams that you can use. Of course, tire pressure monitoring right there. One of the downsides about this, and it's not so much them, but now you got to carry kind of a wrench with you to kind of take off the sensor to freaking right. So you can fill it up with fill up your tire with air. Yeah, anti-theft. Yeah. So, anyways, really cool. Still figuring out, but was congratulations on that. I like it a lot. I like the rear view cam too. I know that was one of the use cases you wanted to use, so that way you can have it up and see behind you. Yeah, and it shoots 1080p, so it's really really clear. Yeah, good catching up, man. Good for you. Hope all is well. Yeah, you miss a good steak. Yeah, you can find good steak here. You can find good steak. You're going to pay for it though, right? You're going to pay for it, and that's what's about 3,000. I think 3,500 is what you'd pay. Yeah, so it's $60 for a steak. Yeah, so you're going to pay for it, but you can get a good steak. You can. But you bring up something that you're kind of, it's going to be lacking. You know, when you go to the stores, grocery stores, your selections of beef are going to be lacking. Anything cow related, right? Milk, all the milk is in box. It's really wild, or powder. So box milk, which is kind of nice because, it lasts a lot longer. So fresh milk will be a struggle. Anything cow related, fresh milk, good cheeses, yogurt section is nothing. But you can get beef. Yeah. But yeah. Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad. Yeah, right. I get that a lot. I didn't know who he was. Yeah, Hank Schrader. That's funny. Let's see if we can present that. Yeah, I get that a lot. I was like, you look like Hank. Too funny. I get Hank. I get Bruce Willis. I get all those guys. Too funny. That's hilarious. Yeah. I wish, right? Nah, well, whatever. Yeah, it's good company. Yeah, man. No, it was good. I hadn't seen Mark in forever. It was really kind of cool to connect with him too and hear about his adventures to Cambodia, is that something that is kind of on my radar. But yeah. No, that was good, man. That was good. Glad to catch up. Can someone please confirm that is this Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad? No, it's not Hank. My name's Chris. I live in the Philippines, travel around. Currently living in Cebu. in Beverly Hills. Yeah, no, I'm currently in Cebu, but I also have a place in Palapanlete. So I've been here like 2 years. Yeah, 2 years December. Yeah. Thanks for the updates on the motorcycle GPS system. Ordered mine yesterday. So excited. Yeah, dude. I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. I like the map that's up and running. Yeah, I'm a big map geek and like that. I like the tire pressure monitoring system that's built in. I've got my alarm set up, so if it drops down a little bit, I can get that kind of addressed because tire pressure is really key. If you're down even a couple pounds, that's a kind of a bad situation for safety and tire wear, right? So yeah, really excited about that. Yeah, I'm a fan, and just really kind of cool to kind of get stuff like that. That they didn't sponsor it or they didn't pay me for anything, but they sent me the unit for free, which, man, that's just so cool. Really, really dig that, and excited to get more stuff like that in videos. Just kind of, hey, review some tech gadgets, especially as it pertains to motorcycle and health and all that stuff. Yes, good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Philippines. What's up, Dean? How you been, man? You been good? Hope all is well where you're at. Yeah, it's been good here. It's been good here. I'm getting ready to start up a bunch of traveling. So, yeah, leaving a couple days. Looks like the weather might be a little bit hit or miss, but whatever. I'm just kind of now over the next couple days, we'll get my gear set up, start kind of packing and get everything going. So Mary Rose is here too. She's got a little bit of a long weekend, a little bit of a break. So we're hanging out together, having a good time. Right, girl? Yeah. 3 years later, I'm still renting Airbnbs by the month. Yeah, no problem with that. Yeah, I know a lot of guys who are doing that. I do. They'll kind of stay and they'll bounce around. Another strategy, Tom's, that I found interesting that another guy was doing, he would actually go to these resorts and he would say, hey, you know what? I really like your property. I like staying here. Do you do any kind of long-term rentals? And he would rent from them for a while. I thought that was a brilliant strategy. Brilliant. Because then he would stay in these really beautiful resorts and whatever, he'd stay like 2 or 3 months. And a lot of them have restaurants on site and they got Wi-Fi built in. Really kind of a cool strategy that I hadn't heard anyone doing before. But yeah, no worries about, Airbnbs for a while, whatever. Yeah, whatever. You got everything built in, right? You got electric, you got all of that. Internet. Yeah, that's cool. Yes, go dogs. Yo. What's up? Yeah, what do we got? We got Saturday night in the United States. Okay. Yes, what's up, man? Yes, formally. Yeah, all right, Kevin. Dude, good for you, man. Good. I thought that was you. Dude, wow, man, you're out in Bohol. Damn, good for you, brother. Yeah, that's so cool. When we had spoke, you were looking to live in pretty remote Bohol. And God, I hope that's going all right for you. I'd love to connect. Man, we definitely need to connect and ride some Bohol. I would love to get out there and ride. It is a place that is for sure on my list to go. I would suspect hopefully in 2025 I can get out there. Yeah, man, I would love to connect with you and do some riding around there. I bought the NX 500 now. I've gotten just over 2,000 kilometers on it. Yeah. So cool, man. Yeah, that's great. I'm glad I connected with who you are. Yeah, dude, I would love to hook up out there and do some rides. Bohol to me too is a phenomenal place where I think you just look at it's so close to Cebu. Yeah, let's pull it up on the map, right? Let's pull it up on the map.